Hello, Wanderers. On this episode of The Adventures of Boogie, we're going to be flying in the midst of a pandemic. Follow me as I take a journey from Chicago to Detroit. I understand people may have different comfort levels in regards to flying during this pandemic. I just wanted to put something out there so that you can see some helpful tips to make it a little less scary. Once you check your bags and check in, you're going to hit up TSA. The Transportation Security Administration has increased cleaning and disinfecting equipment and services at screening checkpoints. If you haven't flown since the pandemic began, you'll notice some changes. The food at a lot of these airports is kind of hit or miss. Some spots are open, some are not. And the places that are open, they have a very long line. So plan accordingly. Either make time for it or pack your own. Just make sure you don't bring any liquids in. Another helpful tip may be to bring an empty water bottle so that you can fill it up at the water fountain so that you don't have to spend that ridiculous amount of money at the airport. Because of how air circulates and is filtered on airplanes, most viruses don't spread easily on flights. However, crowded flights make social distancing difficult. Plus, air travel involves spending time in security lines and airport terminals, which can bring you in close contact with other people. The CDC and the Federal Aviation Administration have issued guidance to help airlines prevent the spread of a coronavirus. As a result, most major airlines in the U.S. require that crews and passengers wear cloth face coverings. So make sure you have your mask. To see what other airports and other airlines are doing to protect passengers, check out their websites. For example, Southwest is doing a lot to maintain as much social distancing as possible.
820. Welcome aboard 811 through 820. Please be sure to spread out in the gate area to not get too close to anyone you are not traveling with. Anything with a little air vent is also not permitted. If you're in need of a facial covering, please let us know. I do have some available here in the area.
The new boarding process helps you to maintain some social distancing, not to be all on top of each other as you are trying to board. I bring on my own wipes and hand sanitizer and wipe down any area that I think I'm going to touch. So I make sure I wipe down the tray tables, the armrests, the walls, the seat belts, anything that I may be in contact with during this flight. Another thing that I like that Southwest was doing is leaving the middle seat open so that you're not all on top of each other. If you're traveling alone, you can either choose the window or the aisle, but you don't have to deal with the anxiety of somebody being right on top of you. And if you're traveling with family, they allow you to sit 3 to a row. And on this particular flight, I lucked out. I had the entire row to myself, so it was really good.
Detroit is sunny, just like it is here, 72 degrees. Looking at a high today of 84. Push it back momentarily, and once airborne, I'll be on the weather arrival time. Thanks again for joining us today. Welcome aboard.
Over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Secure the mask with the elastic strap, or the oxygen will be flowing. The plastic bag may not inflate. Continue wearing the mask until otherwise notified by a crew member. And if you are traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, put your mask on first. We are here for your comfort and your safety. Please report any unwelcome behavior to a flight attendant. We thank you for your attention. Now sit back, relax, enjoy your flight to Detroit's Metro. The flight time today is 40 minutes. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines.
So a mask is required covering your nose and your mouth in the airport as well as on the airplane. I believe the only exception for taking off your mask during flight is if you're going to drink or eat something immediately. It's a pretty short flight, but I decided to log on to southwestwifi.com to see what their entertainment options were for this aircraft. Anyone who knows me knows I have an addiction to my phone. I can't operate it without it for a while. So I think it's really dope that they have free texting via iMessage and WhatsApp. So in this in-flight entertainment, they give you quite a few options, not just texting for free, but you can have an option to do free live TV. So whatever playing currently, you can watch that live, whether it's the news or whatnot. They also have pre-recorded shows like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Fuller House, Say Yes to the Dress, Big Bang Theory, The Office. I mean, it's a lot of options to watch. They also have some movies. Now, my flight was a little shorter, so I didn't turn on a movie, but they have quite a few good movies on here. If you don't have music saved to your phone, you can look up music by the genre on the in-flight entertainment. A lot of options, a lot of options. This is pretty new and important to know when traveling right now. They're doing a modified service. And so if it's anything over 250 miles that you're going, you'll get a glass of water and a snack mix. But if it's anything less than 250 miles, then you don't get anything. So that's why you should plan accordingly. And that's what my flight was. It was definitely a shorter flight, and they didn't do any service. So I'm definitely glad I brought my empty water bottle into the airport to fill it up at the water fountain. Now, if any of those options aren't good enough for you and you want to stay connected via your email, Facebook, Instagram, all those things, you can always purchase the Wi-Fi for $8, or you can become an A-list preferred member and get it for free. Again, I'm fully aware that people's comfort levels may be completely different on the idea of traveling during this time. It can definitely be scary. I just wanted to share a few of my own personal tips that make me feel safer when I do fly. Now we have officially landed in Detroit. Such a beautiful city. The deplaning process is always interesting. Everybody rushes up and tries to bum rush the door. For me, I've made a conscious decision to stay seated until everyone exits the plane so that I can socially distance for myself. And that's flying in the midst of a pandemic. Just a few helpful tips. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment, follow, like, and subscribe.